Welcome back to the Mad Rat House for part 2 today, and now we're going to get on to the main event, which is a watercolour painting of a mermaid for MerMay. Now I already painted it? No, I didn't paint it. I already drew this yesterday, and I'm not sure if you can see through the, but I've gone for like a multicolour outline. This is based on a picture that I found on Google I really liked. So I just hand drew a version of it, so it's not exactly the same, it's similar, and it's all going to be watercolour, and then masked it out and masked loads of bubbles. I want like this be like the light source coming down, but I already did that because that takes forever and a day, and that is literally washing not very interesting colour paint dry, isn't it? So I did that last night. So now let's find a good place to tape him down to. Let's see. He's not quite the outline isn't quite straight. It's going to need trimming. The top edge isn't quite straight. That's why it looks on an angle. You're still trying to draw a duck. Is your duck for your zoo, Karen? Oh, get off. Now let's tape it down. I was looking for something to tape it down to, but I don't have anything, so we're just going to have to tape him down to the desk and hope for the best. I need to get a small drawing board, you know, so I can tape it down, and still tape watercolour pictures down and still like being able to maneuver them. But I don't have anything that small or non-porous, so we're just going to have to go with what we've got, which is the desk, which is better than nothing, isn't it? Because I want to get this background. She's going to be all in sort of like, I think it's a take on the Little Mermaid, like on Ariel. So the hair is going to be like red and yellow, and she's going to be all like bright greens and blues. Whether I'm going to give her some skin or not, or just leave it white. It's white in the pictures I've seen. I might want to do like a skin tone in there. So I want to get the background quite deep and dark. Right, let's see if I can. Here we go. You've got most of the picture in. Well, it's not very straight, is it? But let's go with it. We can spend all day long trying to make this straight. Oh, you've posted your zoo cards already. You just want to learn to draw. Oh, okay. That's cool. I need to do drawing. I need to draw more. I mean, I'm not too bad on if I've got an image in front of me and copying this, although it did take ages and lots of rubbings out. I'm not too bad. But to draw, you know, like Dee Dee does, you know, she's just got an idea of this is how you draw dogs and fur. I'm not overly good with. I've been doing, this is my latest colour I've added to it, light red. Whether we'll need that or not, I don't know, but I'll open it. Yeah, I've been doing some work in my mouse guard, and I'm just skirting around the fur doing the backgrounds because I'm not sure on what to do next, because I tried copying a fur tutorial which actually wasn't too bad in one, but I really hate doing it because I'm really rubbish at it. Hi CB! Yeah, I don't even have a clipboard at the minute. My clipboard broke. It was on the floor and I stood on it and smashed it. So I need to get a clipboard too. But never mind. we've got what we've got today, and this will do. This will do for now. So I will get a clipboard and some even, you know, pieces of wood cut into size maybe would help. Oh, stick down, damn you. Make sure it's down. Now, usually I do use masking tape, but I'm not quite sure where it is. And I decided, when I have this washi to hand, so we'll use that. So I'm going to try some wet on wet technique. I don't really know what I'm doing with watercolour, as we know. I'm just going to play and see what happens. Not quite sure what watercolour paper this is. If anybody's interested in that, it's loose in my local stationery shop. Comes in great big pages. I've used it for a few other my Watercolour Galaxy pieces, and it was the basis of my daffodil piece for the swap, and it holds out. It's quite thick and it holds out quite well. Right, I think I'm going to probably want some black in this and get it nice and dark. Water's not as much water on there as I'd like. And I'm using Cotman. The mermaid came from a image on the screen CB. I just copied it, literally copied it. So it's not... Oh, I should have stretched the paper maybe before putting it down. So it's not sort of like anything of my own design, put it that way. I struggle making things of my own design. Drawing things of my own design. It's a copy. Of a piece that somebody else had thought up. So I need to work on drawing more, you know, and making my own composition and pieces up. She was already thought up by somebody else. I think she originally might be a stamp or a mask. It looked that way. I saw it as a tattoo. There was a version as a tattoo. And then I found also another version that somebody, it looked like it had been sprayed on. So obviously used as a mask maybe. I'm not sure. So I'm not sure if it is a stamp that's, or a stencil or something that's available somewhere. It could well be. I want to get this nice and dark, especially at the bottom. Because she's supposed to be under the, around the edges, because she's supposed to be under the sea, like right under the sea, and she's going to be like bright colours. So I want her to stand out. And this is bubbling some. I think there's an art of stretching the paper, isn't there? And I must learn that. So even though you've got it taped down, it won't bubble. I'm sorry about that squeaky bit. That's the masking fluid. That's how it's dried up. This bit here I don't want as dark because I'm saying they're going to be light bubbles, and I'm going to take them off before the end, I think, or some of them I'm going to take off before the end because I want some of them to be like muted, faded, and I want some of them to be like bright white, so I'll leave some of them to the end. Well, that's my idea in my head anyway. It might not end up exactly like I want it in my head, because a lot of these projects never do, but we'll see. At least I have an idea this time. Usually it's just wing it and see what happens. And I do have my gouache out too, in case we need gouache to make this lighter or anything, although my white gouache is separated. Hi Dorothy! Oh, you got your ATCs too. I got mine today too. I've just shown them. Yours are fantastic. So straight and neat. I was in awe because I'm not one that's good with straight lines. Meant to bring my spray bottle to mist all my colours, but I didn't. So let's drop some water in them. Well, the ones that we're using at the minute anyway. Oh, I don't know what's going on outside. I apologise if you can hear that. I think somebody's trying to get some sort of furniture down the stairs from a flat upstairs. Sounds like it's some sort of furniture full of crockery. Oh, you got an effing bunny, you see, Dorothy. I've heard a few people say they got an effing bunny. I know BG got an effing bunny. I must reply to that message, by the way, BG, if you're watching. Sorry, I did tentatively see that tweet DM, but I haven't got round to replying yet because I've been poorly. But yeah, I'm not sure if anybody actually got any of my daffodils. Trying to fix on this over here because it's pulling at the edges where it's buckling, even though I've got it taped down. And I want some more of the colour over here. I'm saying these colours aren't overly pigmented. They're just the Cotmans, but they'll do for me for now. I want all this nice dark, the dark bits that are at the edge. I want them over towards the middle. Get over there. Every time I flick it in here, it's gone. Oh, that's okay, Meadow. I'm doing now, attempting a mermaid for MerMay. I say attempting because it might turn out, it might not. But I'm attempting a watercolour painting of a mermaid. She's all masked out at the minute, so I want to get the background nice and dark. Especially down here because it's under the sea. Because she's going to be hopefully nice and bright and vibrant. At least that's the idea. She's going to be all reds and yellows and turquoises and greens and blues, but nice and bright, not dark. And I want it all dark because she's like near the bottom. Yeah, I might even paint in some beads and things. Yeah, it is resisting it. I don't know why. I don't know why. Because this paper usually works perfectly. I don't know why it's doing that. It's the exact same paper that I did this with, and this worked perfectly. And with the daffodils. So I'm not quite sure why it's resisting it. So I think the key here is gonna be to layer, I guess. Layer it up. So let's take some of this off. And I think, yeah, we're going to have to do it in layers. I think, if I remember rightly, that's how I did the... I mean, this is not the world's best watercolour paper anyway. You know, this is a budget option that's usually good, but this isn't being as good as usual. So I think to get it nice and deep where I want it, I think layers are going to be key, aren't they? Which I think, remembering rightly, is how I did the what do you call it? The galaxy. I think it was a multiple part show, wasn't it? So yeah, maybe I don't know. Although I think it is a different batch to the one that I got, but the papers are all identical. So I don't know. Anyhow, let's dry it, heat gun, and we'll go in layers. I'm not too worried about drying it completely. Let's mix up some colours too while we're here. The paper could have got, I mean, the paper's just stored on my printer. It's not, it's just on the back of my printer. It's not covered or anything. So it could well have got contaminated with God knows what. And of course it's had my hands all over it, and my original mermaid that I drew I didn't like, so I erased her. So it's had a lot of erasing on this paper, and then I was too tight to make a new piece. Have some purples in there too. We'll do it this way. We'll do it in layers. Well, I'm sure as heck not drawing her again. That took me ages to draw her and get her how I was satisfied, and then with all the masking fluid, that took a while. And I did it, Jean, if you're watching. Oh, maybe I didn't put it in here. It's over there still. I did find out my silicone thing. Ever so precise, aren't I? My name thing. Oh, it's here. My tool. And I did it with this, and it was so much easier. And look, it's all nice and clean, and no more wrecked brushes. So I shall put that in there. I found that pencil case that I was looking for the other week, right after I'd finished, just like I knew I would. I looked everywhere for it, didn't I, during the show. What was I doing? Oh, when I was doing the elephant. And as soon as I'd finished, there it was. There it was, looking at me, like going, yes, I've been here all along. The drawing's fab. It looks, if you Google, I think I Googled mermaid outline drawing or something, just to give me some ideas. Because I was drawing my own originally, my own original concept, and then I didn't like. I was going to do a plus size mermaid, but I didn't like how that turned out. It wasn't. I couldn't get what was in my head onto the paper. And I was getting frustrated, so I thought, you know what, it's not worth it. Let's move on and look at a concept that somebody else has already done some of, and then make that your own. Because this mermaid that I saw was just floating, wasn't, you know, in a piece. And there's a tattoo of it, and it's absolutely stunning, the tattoo. And then so I was going to draw something similar, because the tattoo was obviously curved and I couldn't see it very well to easily copy it. Well, I say copy it, I sit there with the drawing in front of me and, you know, sketch the best I can. And then as luck would have it, I found another image of it, which was a cardboard cut out of it. So it was flat, so I could see it much better and see what I wanted to do. And here it is. Yeah, it's stunning. What size is this? It's not really a size, I just had a loose bit. I think it's probably about A5. Hang on. Let's grab a piece. Where's that piece of card that I was showing? Because that's roughly A5. No, I don't know what I did with that piece of card that I was showing me ATCs on. Hang on, this is an A4 piece, so yeah, a bit bigger than A5. A bit bigger than A5. The pieces come, when I buy it, it's not quite A3. It's a funny size. It's yeah, it's nearly A3, but not quite A3. The piece comes in, and then I cut them down to what I need them. Could never do a piece that big, not on stream anyway, because it's too big to show all of my camera. And I don't have that bigger desk space. Getting some of this turquoise to use alone. I need to mix up some black, standalone black too. Right, I'm going to dry this layer. Heat gun. When I say dry, I'm just roughly drying it. Drying it enough so that it's not going to mix in as easy. You get some depth. I think it needs to get much darker. Much darker. I think we're getting too light and pretty and purpley, which, although it can kind of shine through the layers a bit, it needs to be much darker. Especially as she's going to be really nice and vibrant and I want her to pop. Oh, are you talking about in chat the like Dr. Pimple Popper? Is that what you're on about that you were watching? I can't remember her name, the actual channel, but she goes by Dr. Pimple Popper, doesn't she? I absolutely love watching things like that. Love them. I love the Blackheads, the War of the Poor Whiner, Dilated Poor Whiners, the best. They are so satisfying. I love watching things like that. Yeah, Sandra Lee, that's it. Sandra Lee. Yeah, I like those too. I love them. A bit more purple over here. Yeah, I'm a crazy person. I am a crazy person. I like anything gory like that and macabre and yes. One of my favourite YouTube channels is, I think it's Confessions of a Mortician. She's Caitlin. I can't remember her last name. Caitlin somebody. And she's a mortician in California. And her shows are amazing. She does all sorts of different myths and answers questions, and it's really interesting. Really interesting. Caitlin Doherty, that's it. Who else is streaming today? Me, I think. I think everyone else is sick. But I've been there this week, although I say I'm coming out the other side and I was determined to stream today. There was a few minutes wobble when I thought, well, I've got this cake to do because I should have done it yesterday, and I was in no fit state yesterday and I shouldn't. And I thought, you know what? I need to stream because I need the pick-me-up of streaming, and I've been in quite a few streams in the day this week, but just there in the background. I was at Dee Dee's yesterday for quite a while, just in the background. And yeah, so I thought, yeah, definitely streaming today. Yeah, I'm feeling better, CB. I am feeling better. The physical knock-on effects are still there. My back is, although part of my back is because when I have mental health issues, I spend a lot of my time in my bed. And my bed is so old and broken, and it gets painful. Obviously, when I'm asleep, I don't notice the pain. And then I wake up, ow. We do need to get a new bed, but it's money, and there's lots of second-hand ones that are, you know, good prices and things. You know, like clean, nice, clean second-hand ones. But it's the issue transporting anything. You can't get a king size. Well, you can get two. In my car's an estate car, so I could get like half of the base in one time and half of the other. And there's people to help, but it's getting a king size mattress from anywhere in a car to here. It's just not going to happen. And we can't afford a brand new bed because you're talking like £1,000. So yeah, so part of the issue is the bed, and I know that. I do know that. But needs must sometimes. And we are looking into getting a new bed, but it's just a case of transport. And it's, I suppose we could rent a van, but then that's expensive. So, but it's payday next week, the day after my birthday. Week today is payday, so hopefully we can think about doing something then, because the bed is a ongoing issue. Right, it's starting to pick up, so oh, Ratty will make me feel much better. Thank you, Juju. Always good to have nice things to look at when you're feeling poorly, isn't it? Right, heat gun, and then I can get another layer in. Oh, well, that's why it's warping. It's all the water underneath has taken away the sticky. Let's stick it back down. Means it hasn't got a clean end either now. Clean edge. Never mind. I didn't do it for the clean edge. I did it mainly for the holding it down purpose. And if it's not holding it down, then there's not much point, is there? See if I can see the masking tape anywhere. I thought it was over here. It might not be, of course, but it was at some point. No, I don't think it is. Be right back. I'm going to see if I can find the masking tape quickly. Not sure if it is where I think it is, but it's worth a look. So be right back. No, that's packing tape. Well, I knew where it was. I know it's packing tape. It's not very good packing tape either. I could find the duct tape. I'd use that too, but I'm not sure where the duct tape is either. And I don't want to start getting all different boxes out, because I'll have hundreds of boxes everywhere. Use if I cause a craft lunch, you might go flying. I'm hoping you won't. No, I don't think I have it. Unless it's up there. One moment. No. No, not sure where the masking tape is. I've got so many drawers and boxes and things of things that it'll be in one, but I'm just not sure which one. Have one more look over here. I don't think it is though. I think if it was here I'd remember seeing it. And of course the rats cause a craft lunch all the time, so there's a lot of things, including my journal, behind my desk, I think. No, I'm gonna have to go with this again, I think. And hope it works out a bit better. That's annoying. What's in there? Paper tapes. And they are literally paper tape. They're just not really a useful ornament unless you stick them down with glue. Some string. That's not any good, is it? No, we're going to have to try with this again. I need to get some of that green or blue painter's tape, you know, frog tape or whatever it is. I think that probably would work well. How annoying. How annoying that I can't put my hands on what I want when I want. I really need to do all my craft things out, all my art things out, and then label everything. I think that's the key. Labelling is key. That's something I don't do. Is I put things places and I think, oh, I will remember, and no, I don't. Or I move things and then I forget again. So yeah, I think, oh, there's some tissues. That's a good useful thing to find. So I'm just rooting around best I can underneath the desk to see if there is some masking tape falling down, but I don't think there is. No. No, it's got to be in a box or bag somewhere that could be anywhere. Literally could be anywhere. Need to start writing things down, labelling. So let's try again with this. Never mind. A good way to use up my washi tape. And I have 2 rolls of this. For some reason I ordered 1 roll. In fact, I'm not even sure I ordered 1 roll. It was there's a washi tape buying site that's on Facebook. I did a bulk order and I think it was washi tape from the States mainly. And they've got one going at the minute for Michael's. But typical, they have the order going on at the minute that I really want when I don't have the money. Well, I keep seeing, because every now and again I do a tentative search for rat washi tape, and one of the brands, I'm not sure which brand it is, it's an American, it always comes up for Hobby Lobby or Michael's, seem to do this rat washi tape for Halloween. So if I find any this year, I will be looking for a target, a lovely, lovely, lovely target to help me get my paws on it from America, one of the American fibs. So if anybody sees any rat washi tape in Michael's Hobby Lobby anywhere, either now or Halloween, please let me know, and I would love to buy it with your help and obviously pay for postage to get it over here, because it's much cheaper and much more reliable to do that than it is to buy online from Michael's or Hobby Lobby and then post it for some reason. Right, let's get some of these off if I can. Because we want some of them into the background. I think it's dry enough for me to just not disintegrate the paper. Heat gun! Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you. I keep my out here. It's like the unicorn washi at Michael's at the minute, but I don't need that as much as I need rat washi tape. I don't own any rat washi tape, and I do own some unicorn washi tape. Heat gun! Let's see if I can get some of these off now. Right, there we go. Yeah, I thought we'd have ample choices being Europe, but no, everything decent, like cutesy, all the good deals and that, is American. It's American. Michael's and Hobby Lobby is a different world compared to what we have here. We do have Hobby Craft, but it's so inferior, and we don't have half of what you guys have, or if we do have any of it, it's all super, super, super expensive. So we really are hard done by when it comes to artsy, craftsy stuff compared to what you guys can get. I know we're okay by some standards, you know, compared to some. I mean, some of the more European fibs, the German ones, and Belgian ones and what have you, they don't have even as much as we have. But yeah, we're definitely on the back foot compared to what you guys can have with Michael's and Hobby Lobby and Joann's and all the lovely places you get. We just have Hobbycraft. You know, we got the range, we've got the works, but all of that is discount brands, so it's discount stuff, you know, it's not quality stuff, it's not, and it's not the range that you get there either, you know, we don't have such a wide range of stuff like you do. Anyway, on with the painting. Paint these bubbles out because I don't want these bright white. I want them lighter than the rest, but not as light as the white ones that will be on there. Still think I need to get a little bit darker down here in some places. A little bit darker. Especially under here. That's going to be in the shadows, isn't it? From the light source is like towards her face here. Actually, the layering the colours is working quite well. And they say I do have gouache, although my white gouache is separated, I've realised. It's always been like that since I bought it. It's just a cheap set that I can use if need be. But I think watercolour is doing the job for the most of it. I have quite a wide range of colours now. My Winsor & Newton Cotmans, which are my go-to watercolours. Because I'm not talented enough or don't use them enough either to warrant professional, so they work for exactly what I want. Yeah, Judy is a northern fib. Most of the fibs are northern compared to me, actually. Most of them. Miss Aromatica, she's not. She's another southern girl. I'm not quite sure where Karen is. Can't remember. I probably do know, I just can't remember. I'm in Oxford. I know our Dorothy's Leicester way, which is northeast to me. Bunny, she's again northeast. She's up in Yorkshire, isn't she? She's not far from Leeds, so she's quite a way long way north and east from me. I'm lucky that I'm about 40 minutes from London. But we also pretty much pay London prices here because we're the university town and everybody's supposed to be rich, blah blah blah. We're not. Spoiler. So yeah, I'm good for travel connections and things, but not great for shops and things. I say we've just got a Works here again, which is a discount shop, which is rather good. That we haven't had for quite a while. We're doing some like I say, like I going out there with my hard hat. The city are doing some major renovations at the moment. New shopping centres and things, which is going to be quite strange looking next to all the classic colleges and things. But they are. And a lot of the shops that we've had, we don't have now because they were in the old shopping centre that they've now knocked down. So hopefully come September, October time, we'll have a lot of them back again. But we have a Works now in a outlet centre, so that's quite good. Thank you, Suzanne. Oh, Karen's in Lincoln. So again, northeast a bit for me. So there are a collection of us as UK fibs. Safia, who's Shmalak, Schmalak or something similar to that. I've just butchered her online name. She's a London fib, a fellow southeast. I'm classed as southeast, although I'm kind of in the middle. But yeah, shopping wise, here it's rubbish in the UK. We do have Paperchase, of course, which I know is quite coveted by lots of people. When Jan was over, our Lady True North, when she was over, she wanted me to take her to Paperchase, which is quite coveted, and we have quite a big one here, and yes, it is good, but the trouble is it's so expensive. Paperchase is really super expensive, and I love their stuff, and I have lots of their stuff, and I love it, but it's expensive. But that's about the... But then they don't do many... It's not really an art store, it's more of a stationer's kind of store, which is good for my planner stuff, but not so much for arty stuff. And we do have a in Oxford we have a independent art store still, which is good, but it's quite difficult to get to, and it's quite expensive still. Although everything art-wise is expensive here compared to America. I was watching Jen's haul last week after Jen Aussiegran, after my stream, when she got back after my super late stream. I was watching it in bed because I didn't finish streaming till like about 2 AM I think I was on till last week, because I did a late stream. And the things that she brought back, I think actually in Australia they have it probably being a bit worse than us Brits actually, with art stuff. So yeah, they have some stuff, but I think they find a lot of their things are really expensive there too, possibly more so expensive than us here. So I did say we were better off than some, but the things she brought back and the prices of everything, I was just in awe. All those boxes she shipped back, and and it probably didn't even cost that much to ship them compared to what she would have bought things for over there. I think that's definitely what, one day when I do ever make it to the States, it'll be a couple of years yet because I need to save up, but when I do, that's definitely what I shall be doing, shopping and probably shipping it back. I thought that was a fabulous idea, to shop and ship rather than having to pay excess baggage, because I'm not a light packer anyway. I take everything but the kitchen sink when I travel, and especially with a child when you travel, anybody will know that you definitely need even the kitchen sink at times. Although he's getting a bit better now as he's older. He's out with the baby. The baby stage, you do need literally the kitchen sink, don't you? That's the thing, and yeah, the American sending us stuffs isn't going to be that bad, because the shipping is, and I'm sure it doesn't actually cost that much to ship stuff over. It's just the greedy post office and haulage companies, isn't it, that make it that expensive. I don't think it actually costs that much. Putting some more purple back in here. I do have purple in the background, you can see it, but I like the purple in amongst the black and the blues. Just gives it a bit of something else, bit of interest. Oh my gosh, you did a 9-hour flight with 3 under 4s. Oh my gosh, I bet they were like wasps in a tin. We used to think the 4.5 hours going up to Blackpool, which is on the northwest coast of England with Alfie, was hard going. But that's getting easier now that he's self-sufficient on tablets and things, you know, and on my phone mainly. He plays his games. We have an in-car charger and we download things for him to watch. And he's toilet trained, so you don't have to worry about, you know, that. He can wait for bathroom breaks, you know. He's not. Oh my gosh. Juju, you must be superwoman, let me tell you, to do that. Alfie hasn't even been on a plane yet because I want to wait until he's a bit older. Well, that and money and issues, but even so, he was always told whenever he mentioned a plane, you have to be 4 to go on a plane. That was my rule. Children had to be 4, and now he is 4. He hasn't actually mentioned it. We're hoping to save up the first year that I get a job. Hopefully in the next 6 months or so. Is we hope to save up and do Disneyland Paris when he's still little enough for it all to be magic. Me and Andrew went for its 15th anniversary. I think it's on its 25th anniversary now, so it was quite a while ago we went. 10 years, obviously. And it was amazing. We didn't do the studios though, and so I'd love to go back and take him because I know he'd love it. And at the studios there's a new Ratatouille bit now. It's only been open a year or so, so you can go to Remy's restaurant and things, which he'll absolutely adore. And I would love to, well, I need to do the either Florida or Cali one. It'll probably be Florida because Florida's closer. One day, so I can do Hogwarts and all that, but that will be better when he's a bit older because of the rides. Oh my gosh, you took them to Disney in Florida, Juju. I bet that was amazing with their little faces with all the magic and everything, but that holiday must have been, it's not a holiday for the parents, is it, when they're that age, really? It's flipping hard work for the parents. We had our first non-hard last year. We went to Weymouth, the coast, for a week, and he was 3 3/4. We went in the August and he's 4 in the October. So he was more self-sufficient and self-aware, and we had a big caravan that was a friend of ours. It was right by a park and he could follow rules and understood. And that was our first proper, you know, good holiday. Without it being really, really hard work. But that's because we were in the UK and it was like beach days and things. Yeah, I think I'm done with her darkness, CB. She's actually not as dark in real life as it shows on there. But yeah, that's a dark, and then there's her lightness coming. But yeah, I think I just need to touch up a few bits. I just need to blend it in a little bit better around here. Because on camera it looks fab, but in real life it looks a bit, I can see like a line, and I don't want a line. One of them was 21 months old. Oh my gosh. But yeah, a foreign holiday we haven't even contemplated yet. I'm not sure if we'll be going away this year because the friend's caravan that we went to last year, her caravan, for some stupid reason, Here we go, getting my soapbox again. The caravan is in perfect condition, but you're only allowed to have them on site, on the caravan site, for so many years, and then the caravan's obsolete. And the caravan was in perfect condition. I mean, I would have lived in it quite happily, but no. And she's getting on, so she hasn't got a new one. So we were very, very fortunate that we had her caravan for a much reduced price. So we might just do, what was it, a staycation this year and have lots of days out. We might go away for a day or two, but yeah, we've only done UK, and we go to October for a week. Go to October for a week? Yeah, that's good. Making sense, Emma. No, we go to Blackpool for a week, October half term, as an annual thing with Alfie to see the lights and all sorts. So that's another holiday, and that's not too bad. That's not too bad either, especially now he's older. And so we have we stay in a B&B for that one, and we have like a family room, and it's like got a double bed and a single bed, and that's not too bad now because he takes toys and books and things and entertains himself, and we've got a big TV, and he understands about me needing to rest and things, and we do the zoo and all sorts. So that's good. They want to go now they're teens. I bet they do. I want to go now I'm a grown. I've never been to America apart from New York, and that was in 2000. I was in New York for a week or so, obviously pre 9/11. Went up the top of the Twin Towers. Not there now. But yeah, we've been quite fortunate with Alfie that he is such a well-behaved child on the whole, and he gets the disability and things. Just gonna blend this a bit more, then I will dry it. I should have been doing that when I was talking all along, shouldn't I? Oh well. But yeah, it's certainly not a relaxing holiday. The days of laying on loungers, you know, somewhere hot, are gone for a while we have Alfie with us. Although Andrew, I've never done that type of holiday with Andrew anyway because he doesn't like the heat. He's not one for the heat. I am. I love it. Love nothing more than lying by the pool for the day, reading, or on the beach. But having a child with you has its own perks. There's a really light bit there that shouldn't be light. It means that you get to do all the things that you haven't done in years. And because you've got a child with you, it's alright. Like this year at the zoo in Blackpool after his birthday. We went last year and we'd never been to Blackpool Zoo before. And they have a interact with the animals thing. They feed the you can feed, what can you feed? And pet the sea lions and the giraffes and things. It's actually really very reasonable. So he asked last year, and he still keeps asking now, could he do that as his birthday treat? So of course he needs grown-ups with him, doesn't he? So we are going to get to feed and, well, you can't pet the giraffes, but you can interact and cuddle, and the sea lions will give you a hug. The giraffes and sea lions in October, and I can't wait. Whereas obviously you can do that as an adult, but you know, it's aimed at children, it's aimed at young keepers, and it's going to be his birthday treat. And you get to do things like that. Like, no, honestly, it's just for the children. I'm here for the child. I'm just supervising the child. But I'm not. Right, I think I'm happy with that. So this time I need to dry it really, really well. Heat gun. I need to dry it extra well around her because obviously I don't want the new paint to run. There we go. Just making sure it's extra dry, especially around her, because I'm going to then be doing, I don't care about the corners so much. When I paint her, I don't want, oh no, Monique, are you toilet training? Oh, toilet training was really easy actually with Alfie, but it's not something that I enjoy doing. I don't think anybody enjoys doing it. No, he's dry. Well, he was actually clean and dry really early because I just used to put him on the toilet or the potty, sort of like every time he was naked, every nappy change and what have you. And he was clean from about 18 months, and that was good because changing pooey nappies is not something that is fun. Just cleaning out my palette. But he's desperate to be dry at night and just wear pants to bed like Uncle Andrew does, but he's not. So he has to wear monkey pants, which are pull-ups with monkeys on. Oh, Juju, is your son doing his GCSEs at the minute? Good luck to him. Good luck to him. There's a time that I wouldn't like to go back to. Yeah, my brother sometimes watches my show, so he won't like this. But my brother, Alfie's father, you know, for anybody that's watching this show that doesn't know, this is Alfie. If you're confusing me with Heather, the other main Brit streamer, her Alfie is a beautiful doggy. My Alfie is this little creature. He's a person. But Alfie's father, my brother, which is the reason that we have him with us part-time, because he's not with my brother part-time, has autism, and he's highly functioning now, but he was always naked, but yeah, potty training and everything did take much longer. It did take much longer. Everything. Even, well, now I'm his carer. Not dry enough. I think so. But yeah, I sympathise with both you ladies because I'm much older than my brother. He was a very late addition, so I was pretty much another adult looking after him, and it's tough. It is tough with a child on the spectrum. It's tough, but it's rewarding too. I should have said what I'm doing. I'm now peeling off the... Oh, both the twins are doing their exams. I can never remember whether you've got the one is older, just the one on her own is older, or is it a her? I think it's a her, isn't it? And or whether the twins are older. Oh cripes, you've got two hormonal teenagers doing exams in the house. Again, I take my hat off to you. Super mum. But he'll do it. Josh didn't do overly well in his GCSEs because he didn't have the support. The school mainly wrote off his autistic traits as naughtiness. And he didn't do that well on his GCSEs, and he'll admit that, so he doesn't have great GCSEs. But what he did then do is go to college. Alfie's mum, yeah, Alfie's mum is in the picture. She is. I mean, he's with her at the moment. He's with her some of the time and then with us. But it's very complicated home life there. There's lots of other children in the picture, all with various dads, and she lives at home with their parents and her sister, who is also due to have a baby. It's a very, very chaotic home life, let's put it that way. A very chaotic home life he has there. He has a little sister only 14 months younger than him, with a obviously different father, and a 8-year-old brother. So yeah, she's in the home life. She's in his life, and he knows his mum, and he's okay while he's there. But the little bugger would rather be here if he could, which isn't always possible because I'm not well enough and she's still his mum. So, oh, some of this is ripping a bit. Let's get the scissors involved. Alfie's not on the spectrum. Alfie is not on the spectrum. It's his dad, my brother, that's on the spectrum. Alfie is NT. Luckily, because I can't imagine how tough it would be for a spectrum child in the family life that he has at his mother's. Let's put it that way. But no, Alfie is NT, but it's my dad. My dad was on the spectrum too. I'm sure he was. Never formally diagnosed because obviously he was born in the 40s and it just wasn't a thing back then. But I'm pretty sure that my dad had autism too, which is very similar to my brother's. Yeah, I've lost a bit there. Never mind, I can paint it back in. Oh, it is a lone girl. I'm sure that you had twin boy and girl and a girl, but I always get confused. He's only 13. And they've got a good school. That's really good that they've got a good school and they help with the ADHD diagnosis. Josh wasn't diagnosed till he was 12. And even then, we got the diagnosis at 12. And his middle school was fantastic. But then we were right in the middle. We used to be in a system that did primary, like first school, middle school, upper school. And that's how it was when I went to school. And then when Josh was at school, they decided they would change to the 2-tier system. So we only actually had 2 years at middle school before he had to go. And his middle school were fantastic. And the upper school just wasn't prepared. And they didn't want to be prepared, quite frankly. And no, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. His school school life wasn't good. He was popular, he had lots of friends, but the academic side went by the wayside because they just didn't support him until it was too late. So no, he didn't get great GCSEs, but what he did do was go to college after school, and he did motor mechanics, and that was his thing, and it still is one of his passions, although he can't do it as much anymore because of physical injuries, which is why he's not working. That and mental health, which obviously runs in the family. But he did motor mechanics, and he did all the levels at college, and he had support, and he absolutely aced it. He got distinctions in everything, the top of his class. So what I was trying to say, my roundabout way, is if Jake doesn't do well in his GCSEs, because let's face it, not many people perform that well in exams. I used to before the fibro. That used to be my forte, but now it's not. Then there's other paths. And say he got a job, he got an apprenticeship, he got a job, and he loved it until he took an injury, and then he can't do that. Well, certainly not at the moment, with a shoulder injury, and now he's got mental health issues, bless him. But that's not forever. Well, hopefully not forever. Just trying to get her silhouette a bit better. And then he can start again. I mean, he's only, what's he, 25, so he's not very old. I say there is a big age gap between us. Let's see. Jake was only diagnosed last September. You've known all his life, let down by medical professionals. Yeah, that's exactly how we were. And I'm absolutely crossed to hear that that's still happening. I thought it was better now. Our good friends got a little boy. Alfie's one of Alfie's best friend, and he has autism, and they're in Wales, and he had a diagnosis by the time he was 4, I think. And it was so much better. Life is better for him because he's got the support, and Alfie loves him, and all we've had to do with Alfie is tell him that he's like daddy, and Alfie gets that, you know, when he's had enough, and that he doesn't like to go to crowded places and noisy places and that. And Alfie thinks that's great that he's like his daddy. And I was so hopeful things had changed, but obviously things haven't. You know, if Jake's had to suffer for the past 14 years of his life due to medical professionals, it hasn't changed. My mum, myself, and well, my dad to a small extent. My dad wasn't really present. We were just told that we were neurotic. He was absolutely fine. It was behavioural issues. And it clearly wasn't. And it's clearly not now. You know, I was working as a health professional with adults with learning difficulties. And I could see, you know, I have qualifications. That's what I was doing up until I got sick, mainly. You know, I was a healthcare professional, and I specialise in adults and to some extent children with learning disabilities. And I could tell them categorically, you know, it's not behavioural, it's not voluntary. But they just weren't listening. They weren't listening. Let's see what Monique has to say. Well, Monique was lucky she got a diagnosis when she was 3, but they're in America, so they're not. I mean, the NHS is fabulous in many ways. In some ways, it is lacking. An early intervention from 18 months because of his delays. Well, that's good. That's good. You knew it was different from the day he was born. Yeah. My brother, it's, you know, when you're close to the child, it's apparent, isn't it? You just know. You just know. Yeah, Josh, my brother has anxiety and severe depression, like suicidal depression. and he has lots of friends, and he always has had lots of friends, but because, you know, they're all doing different things now, and again, he's socially young. I mean, all his social behaviours are learnt, and I bet Jake's are too, and Roman's. All their social behaviours are learnt, aren't they? They don't come naturally or with instinct. They learn. They have to learn how to behave, and if somebody behaves differently towards them, you know, they don't know what to do. I mean, all Josh's behaviours are learnt, how to socialise and things. No, at least we don't have to pay astronomical medical bills here yet. Yeah, everything is learnt. It's just, you know, there's not really anything wrong with them, is there? They just work differently to lots of other people, and the world isn't set up for that, is it? It's hard. It is hard. It's hard for them, and it's hard for you as their, you know, as their carer, as their parent, as their sister. Luckily, meltdowns now are mostly controlled and we know how to deal with it. But if somebody, you know, if somebody new to the situation, you can't even see the, I'm just trying to see why can't you, what's the glare from? The glare's from the laptop. There you go. But you can see the lines now. It would be more apparent as I paint it in, but there's some of the lines that you can see. Yeah, Roman does a lot of scripting. Yeah, everything is scripted. Everything is learned. And once you understand how they tick, it's a damn sight easier, isn't it? But it's a big learning curve and it takes a long time. And that's why making friends is hard to them. You know, Josh still has a few good friends now that he's had since school, and he's 25 now. And a few other ones. And most of them do understand. Most of them do understand. Some of them, you know, don't. And it is damn hard. And no parent care anything with either children, adults, what have you, with ASD are going to tell you any different, sadly. Right, get my fine watercolour brushes out. I want a really fine one, I think. Oh no, I bought a really, really fine one and I used it for cakes, didn't I? And I haven't replaced it yet. So I'm going to have to do as best I can with this. Until I've got one on the go for acrylic, but that's no good. Acrylic brushes. Oh, I have my long pokey. We can have a go with that. I'm nowhere near as controlled as Heather is with it. It's worth a go. Right, let's, okay. Let's drop some water on all these other colours now. Okay. Now doing reds and yellows. Tuning it. I'm probably better off taking it straight from the pan at the moment. Right, let's start with the yellow ends. Right, hopefully you're going to be able to see this. Well, I think I did end up doing most of the yellow outline in red to make it show out, so I'm going to have to cover that too. Now I can't remember exactly how the thing looked like, but we're going to make it, I'm going to make it how I want it anyway. Again, it's got like bits that I've drawn out, like highlight bits, but I'm not sure if I'm going to keep those or not. How it'll look, but we'll see. And I think this was done with like more flowy watercolour. As we've learned, my page is resisting at the minute, so I'm just going to do wet on dry technique for the minute, rather than the wet on wet that I originally wanted to, because my stupid paper doesn't feel like doing that. I'll neaten up the edges later. Did I not put any water in that colour? Didn't put any water in the red apparently. I'll just paint in the Yep, the cake's safe, and the cake's baked and cooling. So I will go and check on him once I've finished Miss Mermaid here. And then have some dinner. And then if nobody else is streaming today until Miss Aussie Gran, and that's if she is streaming, sometimes she deserts us and goes to work, doesn't she? I will come back. I need to put something there really, don't I, so you can see what I'm doing. I will come back and you can help me make the, about that better? There you go. Oh no, it's going to fall over. You can help me you can help me. You can help me make the topper, the little shoes that need to go on top. That's a bit better, isn't it? You can see like roughly what I'm painting in. Maybe you can't. I think it's the laptop screen that's flashing it out. Well, that, then I have to stand there and hold that. That's not going to work, is it? Let's see if it is the laptop screen. If it's not let's try closing the curtain. 1 minute, please. Yeah, the cake with the butterflies and everything did turn out. I keep meaning to put, I have been, that's a bit better, isn't it? Updating my cake page slowly, you might have seen. And I have those pictures to go up next. But yeah, they turned out really well received. Everybody loved them. And I have some pictures. And now this time it's a baby shower cake. So I've got some little baby, tiny, like literally tiny, because the cake's so small. It's going on because it's only wanted for 15 people. So I've got some cakes. I've got struck mine. Yeah, some tiny shoes and some little block letters, like building blocks. They're going to be teeny tiny because the name's quite long that they want on it. And they showed me the picture that they, obviously good old Google, the name, and yeah, they found a cake that like it, but the cake's like 3 times bigger. It's definitely not a 6-inch round, but that's all they want because that's all they can afford, because that's for the amount of people. And the block's got 3 letters on. It's like a 3-letter name, which is fine, but the name that they then want is like 9 letters. And that and these little shoes on a 6-inch round cake, they're going to be very little letters and very little shoes indeed. It's okay. So yes, I'm going to make some little pink dolly shoes, you know, like dolly shoes, like the baby dolly shoes. And then the blocks, and I'm going to have to, I've lost my white powder that turns into a white opaque paint. Oh, this is really bugging me now. Is that? I guess that's a bit better, isn't it? You can't really see what I'm doing, but you will see as I paint it in. You got the effing daffodil too, did you, Dorothy? My Twitter is Pumpkin Patterson. Pumpkin as in the round thing, and Patterson, P-A-T-E-R-S-O-N. So yeah, I'm gonna, because they're gonna be so small, all my letter cutters that I have are going to be too big. So I'm going to have to pipe in royal icing the name on. I can't see exactly where this goes, like that, I think. So that's what I'm going to be doing this evening, but I can do it on stream if there's any takers, although Laura and Jess and Carol TMT, if she's still here, any one of those might like to take the chance and fill. I think Debbie Epps has still got a few weeks of school left, hasn't she? I like the daffodil one. That was really fun to do. No problems whatsoever with that one. I hand painted all the background. It started off with a white piece of paper. Or the leopard print. I love painted leopard print. Love, love, love hand painting leopard print. It's so therapeutic just to sit there and paint them. Because obviously they're not uniform shapes or anything. I did a cake, a hand painted leopard print bag cake a couple of years ago. And I love that cake. Yeah, they were blue butterflies and roses and glitter, and I think my phone will totally flash out trying to take a picture of it. Show you a picture. I have to print them somewhere. There's one of the butterfly cakes. Can you see it? That there is like a blue edible sapphire. Yeah, there's one. There's them all set up in the hairdressers. You can kind of see. I'll put these on Insta or somewhere so you can see. There's one with a little blue butterfly, one with a rose. There's some sparkly little daisies that I made at a later date. And that's the, let me see, that's my, can you see that's the big cake? Can you see the front? There's a person and there's glittery balloons. That's the front of the shop. You can't see the pictures overly well, but you can get the gist of it, and I can put them on somewhere else. What are they? They're zoo pictures. But yeah, we made glittery butterflies on my show a couple of weeks ago. I will put them on Insta. I'm Pumpkin Patterson too. There's not a lot on there because I keep forgetting that it exists, actually. Pardon me. But I must do it. Must do it. I'm not sure about these cut out bits, whether they're even in the right place or whether I like them anymore. But let's paint it in as it is for now, and then I can decide. And then I can decide what I'm going to do. The blonde owner, yeah, that's my aunt. The figure was okay. It wasn't amazing. I'm not amazing at people, and that's in cake form, model form, drawing form. Give me an animal or a flower or whatever, I'd much rather do that. But it was okay. It was okay. I hadn't done people for a hell of a long time, and so it wasn't too bad. I'll blend these ends together better in a little while. Good thing about watercolour, it will reconcentrate, so I can go over and blend them in. Just want to get the hair blocked in so I can see what I'm doing. Of course, I missed a bit there, so I'm not sure. Not sure what's there. I think I need to get some clay and have a go with clay and see if I can get my modelling any better. Actually, people are hard. People are just hard. Well, for me anyway. Whether you're drawing them, whether you're modelling them, painting them, people are hard. And this week it's a simple 6-inch round with a ribbon trim in white, and then it's just these shoes and blocks that I need to make, that's all. And decorate the shoes a bit. And they're not going to have too many decorations on because they're going to be teeny tiny. I think I've got some tiny butterfly sprinkles that I can put on them, and obviously a little button. I need to make the shoes to start with. Some little tiny flowers, probably some embossing kind of thing with a ball tool. I debated doing them this afternoon on my show, but I thought, no, I really, really want to do a mermaid for MerMay. So that's what I did. A few self-indulgent hours painting, why not? It shouldn't take me long to do it. Obviously I can't cover and stack the cake on stream at the moment because I've got no way of hanging you guys up on phone or webcam until I get that shelf put above, or I've actually been looking into tripods to potentially get. That way then I can stream in different locations or even different angles on here. But that's no good for today, is it? So we will finish the mermaid up. Hi Laurie! Home early for work. Sounds good. Hi Annie! We are finishing up painting this mermaid for MerMay. Jean is not streaming today. Otherwise I would have finished 45 minutes ago. And then when I finish this, I'm going to go and have some dinner. And then if nobody else is streaming, and sort the cake out and prep and things, I will hop back on and we will make the toppers together. That won't be till a bit later though. And there's a series on. It's been on 3 days this week called Three Girls, and it's about the girls turned into prostitutes, white girls, by a ring of Asian men. And this one's set up in Manchester area, I think, up in right in Leeds and things. It was a big thing over here. It's set on a true story. And we also had one here in Oxford that happened literally all around my flat, and I kept phoning the police every time, because they'd bring them literally round the back of my building and outside my bedroom window for sex. And every time I heard, I mean, we had, back in the day, we had a few prostitution issues around here. This was about 6 years ago, I want to say. And the older ones were quite comical. And I thought, well, you know, if you need to do that to work, to get money, then crack on. But the younger ones, they were about 13, 14, and every time I saw them, I would actually phone the police, because I thought, you know, if they're out that age doing that, they must have a family or somebody responsible for them somewhere. You know, they're far too young to be out doing that. So I did phone the police, and so thankfully it ended up being brought down. This horrible ring. But this is a dramatization, and we've watched the first 2 parts, and it's the 3rd and final part tonight, and it's been really good, really sad, really harrowing, but it's been really good and really interesting. And the young actresses in it are absolutely phenomenal. So if anybody is in the UK who has access to, it's a BBC production, access to, I think, on like that Project Free TV that Jean uses, to watch it, please watch it. It's sad. It is sad, obviously. They end up pregnant, and a 13-year-old is pregnant, and the 2 15-year-olds actually have the babies and keep the babies and all sorts, and they end up on alcohol dependent and absolutely awful stuff. But it's good. It has been good. So between 9 and 10, I need to be watching that tonight. Not sure where the last bit went. Let me see if I can find the picture of it to see. It was near where your brother's family lived, was it, Juju? Absolutely terrible. Really shook the community here, because we are a huge multicultural community. And something like that. What did I search for? No, not meerkats. Oh, I saved it, didn't I? I remember. Oh, I thought I saved it. Where is it then? One moment. I just want to see where the other lines go to try and make it as true to that one as possible, because I really liked it. What on earth is it? I thought I'd saved it and it just led me to the generic search. Which is not what I want. So. Flipping heck. It was here. It's got to be in this search that I found it. Don't say they've taken the image down overnight. No, it's not there. Let's retry. I think this is the tattoo version, so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to see that. Oh, yes, it is. So, according to that, it's a bit different. That's how it goes. Let's copy that. And it's on BBC One, Juju. It's been on BBC One every night since Tuesday, I think. That's the tattoo version that I saw and loved, that I'm working on. Of what I'm working on. BBC Two. Right, let's blend the ends in better. It doesn't have a skin colour, but I think I want to give her a skin colour. I think I do. Needs a bit more red. There's some light bits in there too that I need to darken with the blue. The cat insisted it was starving, did it, Monique? Thank you, Ellie. Yeah, the tattoo is cool, isn't it? So that's what caught my eye. And then I did find another version of this somewhere. That seems to have disappeared. Oh, there's a big petal. And now I'm just going with some not the lemon yellow, the other yellow you get in the set. I'm just making some orange with the red that's already there to blend into the yellow. Then I'm not sure if I'm going to leave those white bits white or whether I'm going to do those with, I know they're supposed to be highlights. You know, I'm tempted to make this red deeper anyway. So all of them? No, there's another one. You can stop with the screeching. Yes, you can come out and be cubed on stream in a little while, not right now. I'm going to leave that there for now. Thank you, Monique. Right. And this is like a bluey green. So let's mix a colour for her. Let's start off with some turquoise. Obviously, I don't want it to be too close to the sea colours. Maybe make it a bit greener than blue. In fact, let's just do her green for now, for the sake of clarity, and then I can put some more blue in should I feel it needs it. Right. Number 2. Or number 4. Yeah, the rats are getting impatient. Although not that, just that. They are being little nightmares. They have been all the time they can this past week or two. And poor Freddie, his neck is pretty much shredded by somebody beating up. I suspect it's poor Pantina. And I think she's trying to be up and coming and the big I am. And she's really at him all the time. Oh, I didn't do those ends of the hair either. I'll go back and do those in a minute. Let's get these base colours in. But yeah, Pork is being a pain in the bum, I think, to Freddie. And she's literally just shredding his poor little neck. Like by plucking his fur out. Where does that go? Oh, yeah, I've seen that, Ali. The How to Make a Rat House with Popsicle Sticks. That looks really cool. But I'm too impatient, and I don't like wooden things in the rat house, because wood, unless it's like heavily painted, and then that's effort, and they'll just chew the damn thing anyway. They'll either chew it or they will just pee all over it. Bye, Dorothy. Oh, we've got Big Sister for lunch tomorrow. Oh, cool. Have a nice time. Tomorrow, the reason the cake isn't actually till Saturday, it's for Saturday, but the reason that I've got to get it all done today is in the morning I'm having the injections in this dodgy finger that doesn't straighten and hurts all the time. So I'm having some injections in there, and it's going to be splintered, so I'm not going to be able to do an awful lot. And I'm not going to be able to drive either, which is going to be a pain in the bum. No, it's not the end of the world, because it can coincide obviously with the weekend, and Andrew's at home at the weekend, so he can do the driving. Side. Cuts off slightly at the bottom, doesn't it? Let's move it down a tiny bit. There you go. Thank you, Elizabeth. It has turned out rather well, I must say. Obviously it's got all the detail to go and everything. But yeah, it's turned out better than I anticipated even. Nice one, but I didn't remove the bubbles. Remove those in a moment. Removed all the masking fluid off of her, but not off of the bubbles. A little bit there. You see where it's joined up where it shouldn't have done. I have to try and lift that in a minute. Well, depending on what I'm doing. I mean, it's supposed to be a silhouette, but I kind of want to give her some skin. And paint her all in, although I'm not quite sure what colours. Excuse that if you can hear that, my stomach rumbling. This tail didn't either didn't mask or didn't come off cleanly at all. Look, it's rather rugged. Well, it does look to me, so that will need touching up at some point somehow. Yeah, it's just dark enough, isn't it, so that she shows up, but not too dark. I don't want to make her too dark. Obviously she'll need details and what have you. It's just not quite clean enough around here, and I'm not sure whether that was the mask that wasn't clean enough, or whether it didn't come off clean enough. Not sure which it was. So I will have to correct it, otherwise it will bug me. How are we doing with light? Obviously it's getting dark. I think you can still see, can't you? No, that's too green. Let's put these curls in. Right. When I've got my brush wet, I will just go in there if I can. You know, if you didn't pay too much attention over here. I think I thought it was all masked out, but it's not. That's a bit better, isn't it? With that then, why is that? No, it's got lots of masking fluid, I don't think. Oh no, it's not. The paper's disintegrating. Right, now I've got a section here. I'm going to lift out just in case. I'm not even sure you'll be able to see what I'm doing, but I'm just trying to lift out this dot that went too far. It's faded a little. You can still see it though. Yeah, I was thinking of, I did bring over this with me, and I do have my dip pen. I'm thinking of maybe some gold sparkly scales, maybe. I'm not sure. But I think I do want to give her a skin colour. I think she needs it. Hello. Okay, what have you got? Okay, so nothing that's not takeaway. Okay.
Why?
Because I'm not ready to come and eat right now. I'm streaming. Right. Try and make a peachy skin tone. Yeah, so did I, but Jean's not streaming, so I carried on with my painting. There we go. That's a flesh tone or thereabout. Let's see.
You don't want to do yours now, in there.
No, I'm streaming, babe. Yeah, I think I might use the dip pen for the. Let's see. There you go. Might use the dip pen for the scales. Might. I'm a bit scared of my dip pen. Hope I mixed up enough. I had it in my head that I was just doing her face, when actually, although I know you can't see it at all, I think that light's made it worse, hasn't it? Let's turn that off. There you go. Had it in my head that I was just doing her face, but of course I'm not, am I? I'm doing her body and her arm. seems to be enough. And of course, her body doesn't necessarily need to go all the way down there. I might put some green over. I think maybe let's make the green a bit lighter. I need a new white is what I need next. Buying these paints. A bit more white. And I know you're supposed to use less paint, yeah, blah blah, but that's not me. I like my white. In fact, I like pastel. I love pastel colours. Painting with. So on my wish list is the Pastel Dreams by Prima paint palette set. I think I might have to purchase those. I keep watching, they keep flip-flopping on price. So I'm just waiting for them to be at a down price, a reduced price. Rather than a ridiculous price. Yes, I think I will. Because if I want any white back, I can either attempt to get my white gouache to play nicely, or I can just use gel pen, can't I? I think I quite like that with it. Brilliant. So let's see. Let's see if I mix red, I'm going to get pink, aren't I? No, don't like that. Maybe orange. That's a good idea. Orange could. There we go. No, I don't think that's orangey enough. Like I say, I can put them back in with gel pen or gouache if I really want it, but being that she's right beneath the sea, I don't really want any harsh white highlights in there. So there we go. Oh, no, ladies. I am on best behaviour. This is before the watershed here in the UK. It's a dip pen. One of these job is. Not anything untowards. Although that looks like it's still covered in black ink. Naughty Emma didn't clean it last time, I think. So I'll have to give it a bit of a clean. Luckily, the ink that I usually use with this isn't permanent for that reason. Although these are really cheap dip pen anyway. I say I'm a bit scared of dip pens. I really want to get me eventually one of those. Have you seen the glass ones? They look like good fun to play with. There we go. A clean dip pen. Right, let's do fishy, I think, because it just looks like a purple blotch at the minute. And then we'll consider cracking the dip pen out. And pink in that purple. Right. I know, is it Flounder, her friend? If we were going that this was Ariel, is blue and yellow, isn't he? But I'm having a purple fish. Because I want a purple fish. Again, he didn't either mask cleanly or come off so cleanly. Never mind. No, he's not really popping, is he? Yeah, the glass ones are beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. And I think on that dreaded Wish app, you can get them for not a lot of pennies. I think he's getting too dark, isn't he, fishy? I'm going to have to dry him and go over him, put some white on. Because you don't see him now, do you? He's gone. Might just be a job for a gel pen with him to make him pop. Yeah, I think he's going to need the gel pen to make him pop. What colour should I do his stripes? Oh, excuse my stomach. It's definitely saying it's dinner time. Let's do them yellow. No, I suppose I should dry him first, shouldn't I? I'll just blur. Heat gun. stripes. Well, that's not very bright, is it? Try the other yellow. I definitely need to get the white gel pad out to pop my fish. He needs white, but he will have white at the end when it's all dry. Right, I think I'm happy with everything. There's a bit of a something going on there. So I need to dry it properly and take it off of here and then get the dip pen out, I think. So I think we finished painting. I don't think I'm going to try and butcher her and add a face that small. So let's zoom back out a minute so you can see all of it. Okay, this is what we have so far. Let's untangle the thing. Right, heat gun, I'm going to give it a really good dry. Then I can take it off of its tape. Heat gun. Right. Because if I'm going in with a pen of any sort, I need to be able to move it so that I can do it comfortably. Again, it hasn't got a clean edge there, but that's fine because I'll trim the edges. Mm-hmm. Oh, well done. Right. Second load of sticky mess today. Right, let's get these bubbles off that I forgot I just hadn't taken off yet. Not sure now which are bubbles and which are the ones that I've already painted over, so let's... No, that's what I've already done. A bit rough and ready, some of them, so I literally just splodged it on. It didn't always go in circles. You can see some of them are a bit funny shape, but never mind. I could neaten them up if I cared, but I don't. trying to feel for any more. Right. And it's relatively flat. That's one good thing. Right. What I'm going to do now is get the dip pen out. And really hope that in the process I don't ruin it. So, this ink is a pain in the bum. It separates all the time. I have to keep shaking it and mixing it. So I'm going to give it a good shake. I'm sure your parrot is stunning, Juju. You wait, my dip pen work isn't good. I'm going to pour... No, I won't pour any out with a dip pen. Usually if I'm using it with a brush, I pour it out and then I only have to keep mixing that little bit. I haven't tried it with a dip pen yet. Maybe I should have a go on something else before I go straight on her. Okay, it's not too... You're not going to see too much, but it works absolutely fine. So we'll go at doing some scales. There you go. Some teeny... You're not even going to see that, are you? Teeny tiny scales, and should have chosen a better colour paper other than brown, shouldn't I? That's what I had next to me. Right then, zoom in a bit, but I doubt you're gonna see much. Swirl the ink. Let's give her some. In fact, I can't even see what I'm doing. I'm sorry, this light's going to be absolutely horrible for you, I think, but I need to see. I think I'm going to edge her body in it too as I go. And I've got far too much there because it came out in a big lump for some reason. Oh, never mind. She's got a very gold boob. They're just clumping together a lot of the time. But we'll see. We'll see how that dries. Let's keep going. Again, you're not going to be able to see anything, and I can't hold it up to make it shimmer until it dries because it's just running. Keep going, we've started, so we'll finish. In for a penny, in for a pound, and all that.
Can you drink something, please?
We will do it in a minute.
No squish. Or Coke.
I had Coke, but I'll have squash, please. Just finish that last bit. I think what it is this gold ink is just tons of little particles, isn't it? Shimmering away. And it makes it super hard to see what you're doing. Rather than actually being true gold ink. It's like some sort of body. And then it's just got lots of little gold particles in it. Just shimmer away. Especially while it's still wet. You're probably not seeing anything now, but thank you. I think we all do that, Juju. We all are our own worst critics, aren't we? But your pictures really are fab. And you must keep on. Keep drawing ratties and I can have a whole wall full. I'll be your gallery for rats. I'm hoping they're somewhat uniform now, and I'm hoping it's going to dry the same. Oh no. The ink settled again. Let's shake it up. I mean, this ink is so time consuming because you spend most of your time shaking it, the gold. I haven't tried the silver yet, so I'm not sure about the silver. But the effect really is nice when you use it, so it's worth persevering. It's just infuriating. Of course, I've just followed this bit, and that bit needs scales too, doesn't it? Never mind, let's do the scales on the dark, and then I'll do the scales on the light separately, I think. Okay, from a distance this is looking good. This is going to be one of those paintings that, apart from the gold is looking quite good close up, but you don't look too closely at, and then it looks lovely. Close up it's a bit messy, but not too bad. I'll compare it in a little while to the MerMay I did last year, which, okay, it's in a different medium. Let's see if there's any improvement. Well, it won't be difficult because the one I did last year looks very much like a child did it. The one I did last year was my first ever acrylic painting. And I didn't quite understand how acrylics work, so I just kind of painted it in very simply. no blending or mixing or anything was used. I don't have a flat nib. This is literally the only nib I have at the minute. I bought this, when did I buy it? Back last year. I think I bought it for Inktober and didn't use it very much because I'm not super confident on it. So I do need to use it more, and I do need to get more nibs, but this is literally the only nib. Oh, there's a big clump of paper there. Oh, now you're ruining my gold. Go away. Oh no, it's a big smudge there. So this is the only one I have at the moment. But now I'm getting better at it because I do use it from time to time. I need to get some more nibs. So my local art shop sold me this. And like I say, I do want to try the glass ones too. Let's see if I can rectify that because that's a big old mess there. I need to get the watercolour back out and make it a crisper line. Yeah, that's the gold does seem to settle really easily, really quickly. Shake it up again. I wish I was closer to Suzanne. All the things, all the goodies you've got, I'd love to play in. I will buy some broader nibs and other nibs. But I didn't buy any more because I told myself that I'd have to learn to use this one before I buy any more. See, it's settling. That's why when I usually use it with a brush, like I used it in Imagine Morphia on the birdcage page, all the vines I've done in this. And I just pour a little bit out into a palette so that I can just then keep mixing it up. I'm aware that you can't see what I'm doing because it's so reflective and my camera's not the greatest for close-up work. So it's a massive improvement on my phone days, isn't it? No, I'm not using paint. I'm using Winsor & Newton, if you can see it. Winsor & Newton Gold Ink. You're ordering a glass one, Suzanne? Oh, wow. You must show us when it arrives. They are really, really beautiful. And from what I've seen, they work super well too. And next week is payday, so I might order You can get them for a couple of pounds, can't you, on eBay and Wish and things, so I might have a look. I'll definitely be getting one in time for Inktober, because that's when I bought this one. I did start using it. I did use it a bit. And my brush pen too. I need to get a bit more proficient on my brush pen as well. Again, it's a bit like the blind leading the blind, because it's sparkling for me too, so I can't really see. It's just like a shimmery sea of gold. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube and you can't see very well what I'm doing, and you've got no fibs to talk to in the box, then fast forward to the end of this bit, and then you'll see, hopefully, a little better. If we still can't see, then I'll have to resort to taking pictures. That's if I can ever capture the sparkle. I'm not going to capture it truly, but give it another shake. Speedball paints. No, I've never tried that brand. I've never heard of Speedball paints. Although I've never heard of a lot of things. Sounds interesting though. You have gold, silver, white, black and pen cleaner. Oh, Monique says it's a well-respected brand. I'm just a Winsor & Newton girl, really. Because that's what's easily accessible to me here. So I stick with that. I want to get a non-waterproof Indian ink at some point, a Winsor & Newton one probably. Although Hobbycraft do their own brand inks and they're always on offer, like 2 for 3 and stuff, so I might at some point try some of those. For the minute, the only dip inks I've got is the gold and the black. I do have lots of fountain pens though, and lots of different coloured cartridges for them. And I was hoping to make a gold brush pen with this, and then the fact that it separates all the time, I'm not sure it's going to be possible. Because I have brush pens. Oh, speaking of brush pens, I forgot to mention it earlier. I hope everybody's still here that will be. I need to announce a giveaway that I will be doing next week on my show. Because Wednesday is my birthday, I thought I'd do a giveaway. I'll show you properly in a little while exactly what you can win.
I'm not going anywhere, am
A brush pen and a colouring book, one of my doodle, the Doodle Artist colouring book that I love, that I look at often and haven't done anything in yet. And I'm going to give away one of those and a Pentel pocket brush pen. next week for my birthday. Share the love. It'll just be a usual giveaway in the stream. I need to advertise it a bit more though to give people a chance to get here if they want to. Oh, you want some red ink like nail polish, fancy red? That would be nice. That would be nice. I do have a red cartridge, but it's kind of a browny red more than a true red. A red dip ink would be nice. I might have to slowly buy them ready for Inktober. Last year I did Halloween version. I'm not sure whether to do another Halloween version, just see if I could improve on my drawings. I didn't get all the way through Inktober, but I got a big chunk, more than I thought I would. Or I can, oh, no, it's too separated, do the official one, or I can think of another. But I will definitely be doing it because I need to improve a lot with ink. It's just so much fun to use. Actually, I'm actually quite enjoying this dip pen. Usually I find my dip pen really stressful. I'm actually quite enjoying this. Not enjoying the shaking of the ink every 5 minutes. I also fancy trying some acrylic inks too, see what they do. Where did I get? Oh, I'm putting my hand on her above there. I hope she's dry. I think Wish is worldwide. I think Wish is worldwide. It just calculates the shipping to wherever you are. And say we can definitely use it over here in the UK. I haven't yet, but I have it and I do look at it from time to time, see if anything. But I do find that the postage is quite expensive on Wish. If anything, compared to eBay. eBay you often get the same sort of things from Hong Kong and Korea and Singapore and everything. But they do free shipping. Whereas on Wish, the shipping's quite expensive. So that's why I haven't bought anything yet. See, she doesn't have scales on the bottom of her tail, does she? I'm just going to edge it all in the gold if I was on camera. And that should sort out the rough edges too. Bye, Monique. Thank you for coming. Go and take a nap. And work needs to give her Prozac so she can deal with stupid. I actually have boxes and boxes of Prozac that I'm no longer on. I could send it to you, Ange, and then you could, every time you send a letter to them, you could just pop one in their letter. There they go. Obviously I won't, disclaimer. Or would I? And would she? You'll never know. There could be a company out there that now gives Prozac with every letter. Andrew's eating his dinner, and if you can hear my tummy getting louder, it's because I can smell it. I've been streaming for rather a long time, but I haven't got long because I need to hurry up because in about 5 minutes the recording's going to end, and I want to have an extra segment doing this. I will start an extra segment because obviously the rats are going to come and terrorise everybody because they didn't get out at all last week. I don't want to stop and start a new segment in the middle of doing the gold inking. I think I might have to. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to. Oh no, I've got I'm on 2 hours 50. I think I might have just enough time to finish this bit. I don't want to rush it and ruin it. At the same time, I don't want to take hours. I'm not even on camera, am I? Quite thick there. I think I'll leave it quite thick because it's covering up the really wonky bit where it didn't peel straight. There we go. We'll zoom out a minute. What's for dinner? Spaghetti bolognese, I think.
You got cannelloni.
No, that's what I've got. Angie's got cannelloni. Right. Push the dip pen before I forget. Right, I'm going to stop this recording at this stage, so there will be a part 3 where I just finish the fish and other bits and touch up and show you the rats. So if you're on YouTube, thank you for watching. Hop on to the next bit now.